Manchester United targeting 10 departures this summer transfer window. I feel like it's Groundhog's Day. We've heard this every season. Then we end up loaning people to like oblivion. Never sell. Now we're going to be cutting players like Lindelöf, going to be headed out the door. Eriksen going on, moving on. We have tons of loans we got to wrap up. It's a big summer. We're going to be sell to buy if we don't win Europa League. How are we feeling about this large list of departures from Manchester United?
Yeah, like you said, we've heard this every summer, probably for the last 5 summers. I feel like even since like the Ole days, pre-COVID, there was already plans to turn the squad over. The problem is Manchester United is overpaid for a lot of players who aren't good enough, and then double down by making it even better. And then you take a player who's not very good, and then you give them huge money. So they're basically impossible to sell. So that's where we're at. To a certain extent, I have a little bit more confidence because, not all the deals are what we wanted in terms of these loans, but they're more creative than the last crew. So I hope that they know at this point, Eriksen and Lindelöf are gone. They hope they can get rid of Casemiro, you would think. You have to be able to get rid of at least, I think we might be able to sell Rashford to Villa because he is playing well there, and $40 million for him.
You're not going to get rid of Casemiro. He's playing down his contract. Like, that's just not a realistic.
So Casemiro doesn't go, but you're going to get rid of 2 of the 3 out of the Sancho, Antony, Rashford.
Okay, so right now we have Jonny Evans, Tom Heaton, Eriksen, and Lindelöf.
4
Those
that's
are
gone.
4 that are going to go. We know that. And then you have the 3 loan to nowheres, Rashford, Sancho, and Antony.
I think 2 of the 3 go.
I think you sell one. You
Another
loan Sancho. You probably sell Antony for $40 million. You probably loan Sancho to Dortmund, and Rashford probably comes back. So like, we're not even going to get those guys off. That's 8. And then obviously you need to be opportunistic. Like you said, I'd love to get rid of Casemiro, but you can't. So again, United always has high hopes for this like amazing turnover and rebuild. But at the end of the day, we can't sell talent for anything. And we can't move off of these horrible contracts, so we end up sitting on them. That's why all these players, we're paying Sancho, Antony, and Rashford to play for other teams while we don't have an attack. Like at a certain point, you'd rather have those players on your team, and if you can't get rid of them, then it's just a giant mess at Manchester United right now. Plus the PSR. One thing about Ineos, I don't understand how that, like, Josh Xerxes, not a bad player. Don't understand why you sign him, knowing anything about football. When you look at our number 9 situation, like, you needed someone who was a goal scorer. We did not get that, and we've been hurting because of that.
And he's been playing better than Højlund, right? He had that big goal in Lyon, should have been the winner.
Yeah, but it just tells me
the
Ineos
profile,
doesn't know what they're doing.
The profile.
Like, it was a very if you had 3 strikers, that'd be a great guy to sign.
Totally.
But
and
we didn't.
We'll probably have value with him in a couple of years when we do have a couple more strikers, but there's so many holes to fill that we got to get this summer right. Because last summer, the crew came in late. They were a little herky-jerky. I think now you have to be able to learn from your mistakes. That was one thing that the last crew never did. They never learned from the mistakes. They made the same mistake and stepped on the rake over and over again. They've made some mistakes, this Ineos crew. They need to start learning from those. Like, I think we're going to see more in heaven type deals. They're going to go for youngsters coming out of academies that they can tempt with wages, tempt with the opportunity to play on the first team, and hope to get lucky, because in heaven is going to be the mold when you're fucking broke, and it's going to be hard to dish some of these players. And I think the only way we get saved, because I'm not confident at all we're going to win the Europa League, is 2 of those 3 loan deals we can convert. Like, if you sell Marcus Rashford,
I don't think that's.
He's, $40 million. The thing is, they have to make Champions League. So, like, the only way it really happens is if Villa finish in the top 5. 5th spot will get England's team a spot in the Champions League. I think that's the only way Rashford stays at Villa, is if they have that Champions League money.
Sancho coming back and going on loan is the base case scenario for him right now. Rashford not getting bought is probably the base case, and Antony, like, the base case is $25 million.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have that.
Like, honestly, it's
we take 25.
The
by the
prospects
way,
for Manchester United to move off these players is low. But let us know what you think. Can we get to 10 signings? Can we sell these loanees? This is going to determine how our summer goes. I think this is going to be a really bad summer on top of a really bad season. Then you're going to have Amorim in seat, needs players. This is going to be a very challenging summer. Let's see how United breaks through, and we'll check you out in the next Manchester United video.